Hey everybody, welcome back with another Playing With Me. It's been a few weeks and I'm back. I got my Halloween nails going. They're all pointy and evil and like So, this week is Canadian Thanksgiving, but whatever. We're not going to do a theme for that. I am working on a Thanksgiving kit, just so you know. And obviously it's not going to be out for Canadian Thanksgiving, but it'll be out with lots of time before American Thanksgiving, so you guys can you know, check in on that or whatever if you're into decorating for Thanksgiving. But this week is Friday the 13th in October. The best ever. So I was kind of surprised that I could find this. Now they refer to it as a gothic kit, but I just wanted something kind of dark and kind of evil, but not necessarily full-on Halloween. So I didn't even read this quote. Some are born to sweet delight, some are born to endless night. Okay, so that is cool. So this is a printable from I Love to Print. I haven't used theirs before, but it all looks fairly straightforward, so pretty excited to kind of have a bit of a spooky week. So let's get into this. We've got little header stickers here, so I can go ahead and put those down. The only thing is I think the one is going to end up being upside down because they didn't flip the graphic. But whatever, who cares? Who's gonna notice upside down graphic bats, you know? Who really cares? Anyway, let's catch up. Where have I been? Well, you all know that I had my wedding. Let's see if this will cover that. It looks like it's gonna be a teeny bit small. Nope, I think it's just perfect. Oh, well, perfect if placed correctly. Yeah, so I got married. That was cool. You guys are like, oh my god, really? Okay. I can't talk while placing a sticker carefully. Alright, you could have just whited that out too to make it work, but you know. Whatever. And, okay, so these bats will probably be upside down. But we don't really care because no one's gonna notice that but me. Alright. Okay, that's a little crooked, but who cares? Alright, so yeah, so the wedding went pretty well. What things went wrong? Not too much, except that my future hubby, when he flew down the week before, he got sick for like a day, and that got me sick the day before the wedding, which was like a really sore throat is how it started. So I was kind of hoping that I would be the same as him and like it would be a day and it would be gone. No, I had a cough for like over a week, but the sore throat, the worst of the sore throat stopped before the actual wedding, which was good. Like, it was mostly the Friday that I had the sore throat. But yeah, like, other than that, the weather was really hot, but we can get into that after. I'm gonna do my washi and then come back, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, wash is down. Have a sip of my drink. Alright. So, the washi in the kit was a little bit different. This one actually doesn't have washi down on it because it looks like it pretty much matches the one down here. Just because they didn't have two of the blacks. They had like, I like to have mine be like kind of even though I just realized I put two red here and then one red here, and that is a little weird, but whatever. I'm the only one who cares, so I'll just kind of go on with my day. Anyway, back to wedding talk. We've got to put all the wedding talk in this one episode, and then we can be done with it. So yeah, I ended up getting sick the day before, so that was kind of stressful and irritating because it started to have like that whole brain cloud effect, and my mom is like super into decorating everything but needs my opinion on it all, even though I was honestly just like, do whatever you want, it'll look good, I don't care. She wanted my opinion, which is fine, but like because I was sick, it was just like people kept asking me how I wanted things done, and I was having none of it. Like the venue said that I was the most chillest bride they've ever seen, because they would even ask me a question of like, how do you want this or this? And I was like, honestly, do whatever's easier. And they were just like, are you sure? So, yeah, apparently I'm the most chillest bride ever. So that was fun, which is kind of how I wanted to be anyway. But yeah, that night before really sucked because, you know, everyone wants to talk to you and you want to see everyone, because it was at a cottage resort, so a lot of my family was staying the night before, so they all offered to help decorate, and that was fantastic because between the volunteers, the bridal party, and like a few of my aunts and people who wanted to help decorate, I didn't actually have to do any of the decorating, so that was really good because I was feeling so crappy and I just wanted to go to sleep. Like, people probably thought I looked super bitchy, but I was just like so exhausted. So yeah, my last night of the single non-married life wasn't super fantastic. Didn't get to stay up having drinks or anything, was just exhausted. But then the day of the wedding was ended up being really hot. There's a heat wave in Ontario. I was kind of watching the weather like a hawk. It never said it was gonna rain, but it kept going between being hot or being really hot. So the weather was a probably record-breaking 31 or 32 degrees Celsius, but it felt like 39 degrees Celsius with the humidity. Now, the ceremony was going to be outside. That was pretty much the main reason I booked this venue, was because, and I'll insert a photo if I can find one. The ceremony is like right on the boardwalk by the water of the lake where the cottage resort is, so super beautiful, which is exactly why, so like that was the reason I booked this venue. So it was like, I don't really care what the weather's like, we're doing it outside unless it's a thunderstorm. So yeah, we just kind of, that's what we did, and you know, so it was really hot, but luckily we did not have any kind of like super religious ceremony or anything like that, so it was over quickly. People basically said it was like the fastest ceremony they've ever been to, because it was probably, I think, 15 minutes long. So very quick, in and out, like, let's get this done. And that way everybody else got to go inside where it was air conditioned. But for photos we had to stay out, so it was a little bit rough with the heat just because of that. But the staff there were fantastic. Now, everybody always says that that like a bride never eats enough on the wedding day or anything like that. And so my bridal party was taking great care of me that morning and that day, even though I was sick, you know, like making sure I stayed hydrated, all that jazz. But even the venue, they actually had a woman there who, she came out to us and she said, okay, I'm the venue coordinator's like assistant or whatever, and she was like, my job is to follow you around for like all of the photos and everything and make sure that you guys are fed and that you're good to go. So I was really surprised. It's just like, wow, like she actually did follow us around with a plate of food, so you could see it. We'd be doing photos and then I'd be In between photos, whenever I had a chance to sit down, I'd be grabbing food from her, stuffing it in my mouth. But basically the entire day, I was never hungry. Like, I was always well fed, which I'm not surprised because I'm just that kind of person that I'm just gonna eat if there's food around. So that was all good. And then they were really great about making sure I had enough water as well. And like, I was really intrigued because I was wearing a ball gown dress, and I'll put a photo up so you guys can see it. So, you know, you always hear that, like, well, having a ball gown dress going to the bathroom is a nightmare. And so I was kind of like, oh crap, I should have bought that, like, magical dress pull-up thing so that you can go to the bathroom or whatever easily. But because it was so hot, I somehow managed to reach this perfect level of hydration where I did not have to go to the bathroom the entire time I was wearing that dress. And just for reference sake, I was wearing that dress from about 2:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. up until like 9:30 p.m. or so. So like a long time. And never went to the bathroom once. I started to brag about it at one point when I realized. But it was because it was so hot and I just wasn't quite drinking enough water, but not enough that I felt thirsty or that I felt like gross. So it was perfect. It was like optimal level of hydration. I was very happy about it. I was bragging about it. People probably were a little freaked out about it. But you know what? I'm okay with it. So that's what happened. Other than that, highlights for the wedding were, let me just think. One of my husband's sister does like paintings. I talked about this in my monthly plan with me. She does like these really cool, unique paintings, and she did one of our cat Simon, where it was like his head, but the body was like of like a king kind of thing, and it's called King Simon, and it's my favorite thing ever. I'll put a I think I'll put a photo up. We'll see how like into editing I am when I edit this later. But so that was amazing. That was like the best wedding gift ever. And yeah, like the whole day went pretty well. I only had 2 freakouts. This is like Thanksgiving, right? I only had like 2 freakouts that day. One of them was right before we were headed to, because we were at the cottage resort, so we were staying at a cottage. So we needed to get to the main building for the ceremony, but my fiance, or sorry, Josh, my husband, did not want to see my dress. So this whole time that I've been doing this, I've been trying to hide the dress from him. It was really stressing me out, to be honest. I don't recommend it unless it's really important, but to him it was really important, so it was a huge pain in the butt to do, but we managed to get it done. And to be honest, I think I don't have anything else to do except pen to put down for stickers. But I'll put some to-do headers down. These are cute, so I'll put these down while I talk. So it was a bit stressful because like we had a venue coordinator, but I didn't really think to like call him. So it was like the 2 photographers, one was with the guys and one was with us. And I was trying to coordinate. So she called the other photographer and said, okay, keep them there. And we just really wanted to get into the building because that building had air conditioning, but the cottages didn't have air conditioning. And there was an upstairs and there's a downstairs to the building. So originally we said, okay, you guys stay upstairs. We'll go in the downstairs. But then realized as we left the cottage that downstairs was also where the ceremony was. And so I was like, well, I can't show up by the ceremony because everyone's going to be there and they're going to be like, oh my God, there's she, you know what I mean? Like no one's supposed to really see me, I don't think. So at that point, the photographer had to go to take pictures of the ceremony. I had one one like bridesmaid go off to the ceremony as well to see what was going on, which by the way, that's the worst idea ever. Don't let people go see what's going on because they'll never come back. and then I just started to freak out because I looked at the time and it was like 10 minutes before the ceremony was supposed to start. We were supposed to already be in the building, and so I was like freaking out. So I had like a 30-second meltdown of like, we need to get over there, what the heck is going on? And then I just said, screw it, okay, we're walking up to the front, which is like a little bit of a hill. I'm like, we're walking up to the front, I'll hide behind a bush, someone needs to figure out what's going on and like get them to go downstairs and get this started, because I need to get inside because I'm super hot and I'm wearing the heaviest clothing of anyone there, because while the guys were in suits, I was in a full ball gown with sleeves to like here. So like I'm wearing a 15-pound dress, so I get to go inside where it's air conditioned. So that was like my mini freak out. And then as soon as we got to the front of the building, we saw the venue coordinator. And as soon as he saw me, everything just went great. He was like, all right, you stay there. I'm telling them to go. All right, well, cut out mid-rant. But basically, he got it all together. And like once he was there, it was all good. But yeah, so should have just contacted him in the first place when we were ready to leave. But that was like my main freak out of the day, where it just like was immediate, like, and that's kind of how I am, where I'll be fairly chill until I feel like either no one's listening or no one's in control, and then I just freak my shit. And so just like immediate sudden freak out, 0 to 10, like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And then it was calm again. It was like, all right, we're good. But I didn't really have time to like sit there and realize what was happening. It was like, we have to go. So like I barely had a moment to clue in that I was even getting married. But it was great. The ceremony was great. My husband was like tearing up when he saw me, and so I'm sitting there all unemotional because I just like flipped out and was just like ready to go hide in air conditioning. Had to go immediately outside again, and he's like almost crying when he sees me. So it was worth it. It was worth the stress for that, which was super sweet, of course. Yeah, and then other than that, my only other freak out, I think, I mean, my bridal party could tell me different. My only other freak out was the story of the shoes. So I was in these like little heels. They weren't big heels, and they had like a strap on the wrist. They're cute, cutesy kind of 50s style, whatever, retro, whatever kind of thing. But I don't handle heels well at all. Like I don't handle most shoes well at all. My feet kind of always hurt. So I had planned that after the ceremony I would change into flats. But I would take the photos first. So we did the ceremony, yada yada, there's a big cocktail hour, everybody's inside. We're taking some photos, we're taking breaks because it's so hot out that we're just like can't handle it. And then like I could only handle standing in heels for like 15 minutes. So at that point the ceremony was my 15 minutes and that was done. So I'm starting to get really cranky about my feet hurting. My husband's getting really cranky because it's hot and he doesn't want to take photos anymore. And I'm like, we paid a lot of money for these photographers, so you better damn smile and take the photos. And then we took a break for photos because she could tell he was getting pretty grumpy, and she was like, okay, let's go inside for a bit. We'll do some later on after dinner kind of thing. And so we go inside. I finally get to sit down, and I'm just like, my feet are killing me at this point already. We're only like an hour into the day, my feet are already hurt. So I asked like one of my volunteers, I need you to go get my shoes like now in the cottage. So she's like, all right, off I go. She goes off. I started making the rounds to tables to say hello to people, and like 2 or 3 tables later I'm like, my feet are killing me, why aren't they back yet? It's been like 15 minutes, and while that sounds snobby, the cottage is literally right beside this building, so like it's not even a minute, like it's a minute walk. So it's very close. I'm like, all right, something's happened. I need my shoes. My feet are killing me. So I go to one of my bridesmaids. I say, hey, I sent so-and-so to go get my shoes. Can you find out where they are? I need my shoes and I need to get bustled because this train is driving me nuts and people keep stepping on it. I need you guys to do this like right now. And she's like, okay, got it. And she like ran off and whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, we've got 2 people on. This has been taken care of. And then I go visit a few more tables and my feet are killing me, and you know, like 10, 15, 20 more minutes goes by and no one shows up, and I'm just like, at this point I'm getting annoyed, and I'm like, my feet, I don't think people understand how much my feet hurt. I'm in so much pain. Where are my shoes? I need to get bustled. People keep stepping on me. And I think I talked to like a third person even or something, or I talked to someone and they're like, I was like, where's so-and-so? They're supposed to be getting my shoes. And at this point, I'm just like, super bitch. And they're like, oh, look, well, they're outside talking. And so, like, they're outside. And so I go out, like, you know, grumble, full dress, open the door. And they're all standing near the, like, by the water where, like, the ceremony was talking. And I'm like, hey! Like, who the fuck is getting my shoes? And so this is why I reiterate that if you're having a wedding, even if you have volunteers specifically for the job of running to get things, people will forget. They will leave to go do it, get distracted because someone will talk to someone, which is natural at a wedding, get caught up in it, and that's it. So like you need someone who's like not a part of the wedding at all, doesn't know anyone, to just be like, just to be a run and getter, because it's like, yeah. So then I had a freak out again, like little mini freak out, like grumbly, like my feet are fucking killing me. I need to get out of it. I need to get bustled like now because dinner is like half an hour or an hour or whatever. Like dinner was soon and I didn't have time to wait at this point, right? So it's just like super bitch. So one of them runs off, terrified probably, and then the other 2, I'm like, you 2 in here now. I need to get bustled now. Like people are stepping on my train. It's very uncomfortable. Bustle me. So then that got figured out. But those are like my 2 main moments, and then there was one more kind of big flip out, which was similar, except that it was my parents. So we got word from the DJ that we could actually do the first dances earlier than we planned because everyone was already down there and it would be better to do that. But my dad had just gone to his cottage to go like walk the dog and like take the dog out and whatever, and I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, well, I'll call them. The entire day, anytime I tried to reach my parents and call their phone, they would not answer, which is the most frustrating thing as a bride, when people will not answer their phone, when it's like, we're trying to get a hold of, we're calling you because it's important. So I had like the DJ just like waiting for me, being like, hey, we need to start. And I was like, well, my dad's not here, so we can't start yet. And it was like 20 or 30 minutes waiting for them. So by the time he got in, I was like so grumpy again, being like, where the F were you? We need to get this done. So anyway, other than that, I'd say it was pretty chill. So it's just like moments like that where you have to, it's like a time dependent thing and someone's not there and it's just like full on rage. But other than that, day went pretty smooth and everything went really good, and I'm just like waiting for photos. I'm really excited. But I'm gonna do pen and come back because I just yapped on a lot. So yeah, there's the wedding story. Okay, so I've just kind of got some basic stuff down for pen. I'm gonna add this plan sticker to my Thursday film and edit. And I've got this lazy day sticker, would be good for probably the Saturday, although we'll see if I have to clean up. It's not gonna be that lazy. And I think that's it for those stickers. But let's see what else I have. I've got some like, I don't need that one. I have some cute little Kaiway pumpkins for my pumpkin spice. Just thought that would go well for Thanksgiving since I didn't get a chance to decorate last week for Thanksgiving. So I thought I would put those down. And that's probably gonna be it. I'm not gonna do a lot of deco this week because I don't have a lot of like skeleton-y stuff. I do have some Halloween stuff, but I don't know if that's really what I want to use. Let me just take a quick look. Like probably not. Like these ones are kind of like more kid-ish and more Halloween-ish. So I'm gonna leave this one like this for this week. It'd be kind of a little more simple, less like covered in deco. But that's gonna be it for this week, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed me going on about my wedding, and I'll try to put some photos in there. I don't really have a lot of photos, so you won't see much, but I'll show you what I can for now, keeping in mind that I don't think my husband really wants to be shown, so you probably won't see him. But that'll be it for this week, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Like this video if you liked it, and comment below if you are also gonna be doing something for Friday the 13th and what you plan on doing. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Spooky hands. Spooky hands.